last hour, Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx announced her office will drop criminal charges against former R&B star R.Kelly.
Yes, his lawyers have been pushing for this, saying that the sentences that he's already serving in New York make this a waste of time and resources. So here to discuss more about this is Fox legal analyst Karen Conti. Karen, can you hear us okay?
I can.
Okay, so first of all, give us this reaction. It sounds at face value pretty extreme here. He's been in the news so much over these allegations, and the charges, at least locally, have been dismissed.
I'm very surprised. You very rarely see prosecutors drop charges for reasons that she gave, which is we already have convictions against this guy and we don't want to waste our resources. I mean, it makes sense. We have two good jury verdicts against him that would probably be upheld on appeal. But I think there's something else going on here, and I have a few ideas actually.
Do tell.
Well, I think these are old allegations, 25 years old, and they may have some problems with the witnesses remembering things. They may have problems with different evidence coming into play. And also, these witnesses may not want to testify. Perhaps they've been traumatized too much by the press, and they don't want to sit for yet another trial and be traumatized. And finally, there's one that's a little complicated, and that is that these allegations in both the state and the federal case are kind of intertwining and very similar with similar witnesses. And so it could be that if there is a jury verdict that is a loss in a state court, it could be used in the federal court appeal to show that there are inconsistent verdicts. And that could imperil the verdict that happened in federal court. So I think the idea is that there is everything to lose and not a whole lot to gain.
Karen, this has been rumored for, I would say, a few months now that this is going to turn out this way. Do you worry, though, that this sends the wrong message?
Well, it does, especially when the charges were brought and pursued, and now they're dropped, because we're all sitting here speculating as to what, the real reason is. And it just doesn't give us a lot of confidence in our prosecutorial, system here, in my view. I mean, if they didn't want to bring the charges, they shouldn't have brought them in the first place. And I guess it just makes us all speculate in a way that doesn't give me, like I said, a lot of confidence.
You mentioned one piece of speculation that perhaps if things don't go well on the local level, that could imperil the conviction that's already stands in federal court. On the flip side of that, if something were to happen with his other sentence in New York, that gets commuted, that gets overturned or whatever, would it not be a good idea to go through the process here locally as kind of a safety measure or a backup?
Well, sure it would be, because we have two verdicts, one in New York, one in Chicago. And in fact, the federal case is going to be sentenced in February. And my guess is that sentence is going to be as long as, if not longer, than the New York sentence. And yeah, it would be an extra layer of protection to keep R. Kelly in jail. But again, I just have a feeling that because of the time that's transpired, and perhaps Kim Foxx didn't have confidence in her ability to get convictions, it's a little bit more of a liberal jury pool in state court rather than federal court. And maybe they were just concerned that would look bad for them and maybe do something to tarnish what's already been done.
All right. It is very interesting, to say the very least. Fox 32 legal analyst Karen Conti, it's always great to have you with us. Thanks for being here.
Have a great night.
You too.
You too. Just
All right, so I want to say is I'm glad R. Kelly stuff got dismissed. I don't like when they're trying to keep adding charges upon charges upon charges. I mean, he's already in prison. He's not gonna get out. You know what I'm saying? And they try to do the same thing with Bill Cosby. Keep adding old charges against somebody because skin color, all that type of stuff. So yeah, man, just to hear that they dismissed his case, saying this case is 25 years old, and they was talking about bringing the witness to try to bring in the old traumas. Like I said, to me, I don't think they need to go through that again. He's already locked up. Looks like he's not gonna come out, and and I'm glad that they really dismiss his case like that, because like I said, I don't like when they keep adding on charges. If he's in prisons for good, he's not gonna come out. So shout out to they dismiss his case. So that's my quick take.
Well, supposedly I was hearing there might be a rumor that even though he's in prison right now for the first trial he lost, they say they might try to get an appeal to have that also reinstated. So that mean pretty much to make sure that he probably get out of prison earlier than possible, because they said a lot of evidence didn't really match the trial. So he beat this one. Since it's all the first trial, they might go back and reevaluate that trial again, and R. Kelly might be a free man. He might. So, and a lot of people, to be honest with you guys, a lot of people are upset that that the charges got dropped in Chicago. A lot of women feel like justice was not served. But what the lady was saying, I think I agree with her too. Remember, that was 25 years ago. A lot of these women ain't gonna remember everything. If they go in there on the stand, they're gonna be making stuff up. So I think it was a well thought out decision, and I think it was a waste of time. But that first trial, they're gonna revisit it again. I'm guarantee you. We're gonna probably do another tape, and it might be like R. Kelly's a free man. I'm just keeping it above. That's my take.
Brother, I'm gonna have to support yourself and say, and I'm gonna double down on this. I say he is gonna get out of jail. This case situation has been sloppy from the get-go. People been saying what they did. The surviving R. Kelly stuff did not help. The girl even sat it there and admit she extorted him for $20,000. This stuff was crazy. And if any of y'all who's looking at this YouTube channel will call me a coon and say this, you need to judge yourself first before you start pointing fingers at. It's a lot of people out here who do stuff and they walk away slap free. These men are getting slapped with charges and there's no freaking evidence as the thing. A lot of this shit is hearsay. And then on that, are we going to convict the man and do this repeatedly to prove what point? To tarnish the black man's image. To make us look like we're overstimulated sexual predators. I said it. When you look at him in the face, you should be able to see you. We should love our brother and put over his arms and not judge him for anything. How many brothers are in jail for false accusations? How many brothers have died over a point of a finger? Emmett Till? Documented. Nothing has been done. Documented. So America needs to wake up, and a lot of y'all coons and buck dancing Negroes need to look at yourself in the mirror and understand, are you pointing the fingers at the right person, or you need to point it at the system? My take.
Ooh, this is why you gotta like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on the right hand side. And remember to click all. We do go live each and every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Man, Hakeem went in. Thank you for tuning in to KI Culture Radio. Let us know what you think. We over and out. Peace.
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 Damn, Hakeem, you went in.